Hello and welcome back to my channel. If you are new to my channel, my name is Lorraine and I am going to be covering in this video Capricorn Sun with Pisces Moon. I'm going to start off the video by describing Capricorn Sun in detail and what a typical Capricorn Sun is like, and then I will be talking about the moon placements and how that probably interacts with the Capricorn Sun. And if there's certain aspects of the Capricorn description that doesn't quite make sense or resonate with you, stay tuned until you hear your moon placement, and then it will probably tie together quite nicely and make a lot of sense. But first, a really quick announcement that I want to make. I'm going to be giving away a free chart reading to one lucky winner of new subscribers to my channel. So stay tuned to the end of the video and I will tell you how you can enter this draw and potentially win, and where I will announce the winner so that you can see if you won. So a typical Capricorn Sun is serious, ambitious, intelligent, and motivated by success and wealth. Not in excess though. So they want to be well off in the sense that they want to be comfortable, they want to be like not stressed about money. And so they're the type of people that will plan for retirement at a really young age. They'll save for retirement, they'll invest in stocks, what have you. They're usually quite motivated by money, but not in an excessive way. They're hard workers, good employees, but most are drawn to financial independence and financial freedom in some capacity. So they're not the kind of people that are happy just working any job. They're not going to be happy working a minimum wage job for most of their life. They're not. They want to move up the ladder and make more money where they can live comfortably. If they're not doing that, they're investing, they're maybe starting a business, what have you. They want to be set financially. Capricorns can kind of come across as a know-it-all sometimes. They like to be the best and they are intelligent and stuff, so they can come across a little bit as like a know-it-all. Capricorns are very like straight into the point. They don't beat around the bush. They don't really offer any cool, insightful information. They'll kind of just give you like the blunt truth, and they're not philosophical really is the point I was trying to get to, because there's the big difference, because I was just talking about Sagittarius season last. Capricorns are not like Sagittarius very much. They're very not philosophical, so they're not the kind of one that's willing to entertain ideas like, oh, maybe I could do it this way, or maybe I could do it this way. Be like, no, you just do it. Like, you just do it. Capricorns are very reliable, dependable, and thorough, so they most of the time would rather do something themselves than delegate or have someone else do it. So they can just kind of have a lot of pride in what they do and just don't maybe really trust that other people would do as good of a job with them, which in a lot of cases can be true. So they also like to be prepared and sometimes over prepared. Capricorns are very methodical and diligent planners, and so they're the kind of people that would have a 10-year plan, and they're definitely more big picture than the other two earth signs of Taurus and Virgo. Taurus is definitely very like live in the moment and explore, like just have these daily pleasures of living in the moment, and Virgo is just like very like driven and focused and nitpicky. But Capricorns are a lot more big picture in the way they go about planning things. Like I mentioned, they're saving for retirement at a young age, they're investing, but they're the type to make plans with a laundry list of ways that it might not work or could go wrong. So Capricorns can be quite pessimistic, but they would consider themselves realists, like most pessimists would. Because like I mentioned, they figure out all the ways that things could go wrong, and while those things are true and quite factual, because Capricorns aren't like dramatic in the way they make lists, they're very factual, right? So they're making this list of all the ways these things could go wrong, but it's still like you could also write a list of how it could go right, but Capricorns aren't just really wired that way. So they kind of like the glass half full, glass half empty. They're just not very optimistic. they're more pessimistic, but they consider themselves to be realists. Capricorns can also be quite cold. Now, this is definitely a downside when it comes to being social. So Capricorns can struggle socially a bit because they can come across cold, but that's actually what makes them so reliable and level-headed, and why you're able to depend on them in, say, a crisis, right? So, well, they're the kind of people when everyone else is like freaking the out, they're the ones that are very level-headed and calm and collected, and it's because they're able to be very level-headed and reasonable and know what to do when everyone else is freaking out. They also do really desire to be the best, and so, like I mentioned, they're ambitious. So Capricorns do kind of below the surface. They're definitely not as brazen about it as some of the fire signs that want to be the best, but Capricorns do want to be the best, and that can actually hinder them in some ways because they want to be the best, but they also dislike change, and so that can kind of result in them becoming stagnant, because it can lead to them rather being a big fish in a small pond and never really expanding anywhere, where it would result in them not being the best. Now I'm going to get to the moon signs. I just wanted to let you know real quick about my Kickstarter campaign that I am about to launch at the end of the month, end of January. So if you're watching this and it's February, then I've already launched. So I will leave a link in the description. This Kickstarter campaign will help support my work with astrology. It'll help me keep uploading more and better content. It'll allow me to do this full time. It'll also help me print this beautiful tarot deck that I designed. So check out the link in the description and consider backing it. I have a lot of great reward tiers. If you want to learn more about it, I have a video uploaded on my channel, as well as if it is already launched, then there is a video on the Kickstarter campaign. So I'd really appreciate it if you check it out. That will help me continue making content like this and making stuff even better. So now we get to Pisces Moon. Pisces moons are very sensitive, romantic, artistic, and they are a dreamer. And like I mentioned, Libra, there are some similarities in that they see the world as they like to see it, and they see other people how they want to see them, not necessarily how they actually are. They kind of have rose-colored glasses. You know, Pisces loves the idea of love, but they're different in Libra in that they're the feeling and emotional side, versus Libra is the thinking side. So Pisces would really fall in love with like the idea of a place or a person, and not actually how that person actually is. And so they can kind of have some sobering moments when they kind of get a dose of reality. And this is because basically Pisces, like moon and other placements as well, they have a stereotype of being gullible, naive, and they can have their like generosity taken advantage of. And so some people seem to think that like they're the stupid sign of the zodiac. I don't think so. They do have a degree of naivety, and that's because if they're healthy, they just approach things from a truly kind-hearted and generous place, where they just don't expect other people to have bad intentions or nefarious intentions, and so they get taken advantage of because they just truly do see the best in people, and they truly expect the best in people, and that just isn't always the case. And so, like I mentioned, they can have some sobering moments in life, and they can be taken advantage of because of this. And I also think that is why Pisces has a negative tendency and stereotype of being manipulative, and I think it is because of this fact that a lot they approach this world with just such doe-eyed, like, you know, they just assume the best in people, and they assume that everyone is honest and has the best intentions, and then when they get burned more than once, they kind of it really stings and hurts them, and they don't process it in a healthy way, and they then go the other way in that they expect that everyone is out to get them, and they have kind of that other people always have these nefarious intentions, and so they assume that in order to get what they want, they have to now resort to like manipulating. So not all are like that. I'm just saying that the Pisces placements that end up becoming very unhealthy and resorting to manipulation, that's usually why that happened. But for the most part, Pisces moons are just very loving, romantic, and just dreamy-eyed and bushy-tailed. Now this is very different from Capricorn. Capricorn, like I mentioned, they would call themselves realists, but they're slightly more pessimistic than that. This is all quite different from Capricorn, but like other placements, it's not incompatible. It can actually be quite a harmonious relationship. These placements are actually sextile each other, which is a really great relationship. So Capricorn, like I mentioned, is not super optimistic. They can come across quite cold and not really relate to people on an emotional level. On the other hand, they are very driven, and they're also very level-headed and intelligent, and just like they probably are able to sniff out some bad intended people, and that will help protect their Pisces moon. But the Pisces moon will help them actually relate to people on an emotional level and connect with people on an emotional level, which could really actually help them in all areas of life with all kinds of relationships. It will also just make them a lot more optimistic, but it will help, the Capricorn will really help Pisces be a little more practical and understand that not everyone is as amazing as Pisces would like to see them. And like I mentioned, Capricorn is driven by finances. They're, they like to be comfortable at least and well off and plan for retirement. And Pisces moon really wants to help people. They can actually be a quite self-sacrificial placement. So I could see that basically Capricorn has this ability to achieve wealth and is good with finances, and then Pisces wants to spend it all on people that need it most and do kind of more just help other people, maybe philanthropy, who knows. But I feel like so this is a pairing where the Capricorn is really level-headed and is able to help you in a crisis, but the Pisces moon is also there to actually listen to you and check in on how you are doing. Capricorn is the friend that you call to help you move when you need to move last minute. Pisces is the one that you call to talk about your breakup and talk about your feelings. Someone that has a Capricorn sun and a Pisces moon is the friend that you call for both, and I think that would be pretty cool. So it's the Pisces moon may get worked up in situations, but I think the Capricorn sun will be able to help balance that out, return to being level-headed, but still while offering emotional support and sympathy and empathy towards people. So if I didn't mention it already, Pisces moon will be quite less gullible and naive than it would be with other sun signs, thanks to the Capricorn sun. So just another quick insight I wanted to mention. I thought of this while I was in the middle of editing the video. I just kind of see this person, coming across as a Capricorn. They're very responsible, very level-headed, do what needs to be done. You can rely on them to get things done. They're probably a very good worker. And then once you really get to know them as a friend or in a relationship, you realize that they are just a really big softie underneath the surface, and they would really do anything for the people they love. Thank you for watching all the way through. As promised, I am going to be having a draw. Someone can win a free astrology chart reading from myself. All you have to do is subscribe to my channel if you like the content and you like what I'm doing, and then comment below letting me know that you have done so. And then at the end of the month, I'm going to be taking all the names, drawing a name, and I will announce the winner on the video that I will be releasing on January 30th. January 30th, I'm going to be making a transit video talking about all the major astrology transits for the month of February, and at the beginning of that video I will announce the winner of the free chart reading, so stay tuned for that. So that is all I have planned for today's video. I hope you enjoyed my description of this pairing. If you did and you like my YouTube channel and the content that I am making for it, or if you are just a Capricorn that has some change to spare, I would really appreciate if you would check out my Kickstarter campaign. I will leave a link in the description. Like I mentioned, the tarot deck is really beautiful. I'm really proud of it. There's also a lot of other great rewards that you can get if you donate, so at least check it out and I would really appreciate it. If you're not able to afford to donate, then I do understand, but if the project does resonate with you and you do like it, then I would also really appreciate it if you'd just be willing to share it with a couple of friends that are into astrology and tarot and see if they are able to either donate or share it as well. That is all. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and take care.